Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and today I have an unboxing of a Papercraft Society box. This is the one that I think was designed by Sasha Reade. Yes. So I've already taken a peek and rearranged some of the items. I was able to fit pretty much everything into this little folio wallet, which is how I like to store these. And I love that the spine is labeled because when you put them on your shelf, you can have this facing out and know exactly, for me, it's less important the box number, it's nice to have that, but who the curator or the designer was. And besides what's in this wallet, what was wrapped in the tissue at the bottom of the box is this little pot. I'm guessing it's silver embossing powder. Now, these are sample pots, but I feel like even as a sample pot, it's not very full. It's still quite a lot of powder, but usually I was actually surprised when I saw this because it almost looks half empty, and even for their sample pots, usually you get more than this. But if you've ever worked with embossing powders, you'll know it lasts a good long time. And I think this is the second time I've gotten silver embossing powder from a Papercraft Society box. So not too terribly upset by that, but it was something I noticed. I won't lie. So getting into the wallet, it's really great. There are 3 pockets in here, and I've tucked everything inside. The booklet that you get is wonderful. It comes with usually an interview with the designer of the box, and also you may want to just double check if you're ever unsure of exactly what you're seeing. There's a page that will show you and itemize each element or item in the box so you know exactly what's what. And also look for a link. I don't know exactly what page it's on in this booklet, but there will be a link where you can actually download the freebies that come with the box if you are a subscriber or you do pick them up as one-offs like I do. And the really nice thing about that link is that I think it's a rule now, like all the boxes have it available, which is downloads for the papers, because these pattern papers are like a one-time printing to go with the box. So you cannot buy these outside the box. And if you are working on a project that does require multiples or just a card design where you'd like to maybe make sets or make the same design multiple times, maybe to sell, it's nice to have the option of being able to print off more of the pattern papers that come in your box. And I feel like the paper quality is getting better. This I would not consider paper. I would say this is a nice lightweight layering cardstock, maybe on the order of 60 pound or so. With the pattern papers, they are single-sided, so it's white on the back and white core. And these colors are gorgeous. I love the pinks and purples and blues. And so really, really lovely. Of course, when you print it off at home, every printer is going to be a little bit different. So you may not be able to get an exact match to what comes in the box. But being able to print it means you can print off multiple sheets at home. And in theory, if it's all coming out of the same printer, what you're printing at home should be consistent with itself anyways, even if it's not an exact color match, but at least you'll get the design. So, so really love that they do that so that we can get more of these gorgeous, gorgeous pattern papers. So along with the 4 different pattern papers, there's also solid color cardstock. This is slightly thicker than your pattern paper. I would maybe put this at 80 pound. And you can see how well the colors coordinate with the pattern papers. These Papercraft Society boxes, as with most craft kits, are just so well curated. Everything goes really well together. And this is different, but kind of cool. So there's 4 sheets of vellum. And this vellum it's thicker than what I have. My vellum, I think, is a little bit cheaper and thinner, which means that the vellum I use is a little bit, I think, more translucent than this one. But that's kind of interesting, and you get 4 sheets of it. And if you're ever curious, how do I use all of this? There's going to be project samples in the booklet with step-by-step photo instructions as well. So you won't be at a loss for ideas if you want to kind of springboard some of your own ideas by looking at some inspiration from the booklet. Oh, this feels really nice. So this is silver glitter cardstock. It feels really well encapsulated and a very fine glitter. Like, just, it's very smooth. I would be curious to see how well this die cuts, because whenever I've felt super smooth glitter card like this, sometimes it has that plastic coating that is hard for dies to actually push completely through and cut. So it'll cut through, let's say, to the paper backing. All of that will get cut through, but it's still attached at that top coating of plastic. And so it doesn't really die cut super well. I've found there are a couple of glitter cardstocks that are like that. So I would be really curious to see how well this die cuts, especially since I'll get to the dies next, I suppose. There are some really gorgeous dies that are in this, and they're all different designs of snowflakes. And it looks as though you can layer these, because my hint or clue that suggests that is that they appear, just at first blush anyways, to all be the same size and shape. Clue number 2 is that some dies have more solid areas, like this one. This is a nice big solid area. And then some dies have more open areas, like this one. So this is a more detailed cut. And so when I see that, what that suggests to me is that when you layer these different pieces on top of one another, these more solid areas are going to be visible through dies that, if you put on top of them, leave, open space. And so there may be different ways to kind of mix and match these different dies to create a more layered effect or look. So I think that's going to be really fun to just play with, because they do all look to be the same shape and the same design. I don't know that you would layer all 4 necessarily, but who knows. So I think that'll be really, really fun. And it's a nice size also. So just from point to point, we're looking at 2 7/8 of an inch. So a really, really nice size. You could fit maybe, you could just do the one on your USA 2 size card, and I think that would be quite effective, but you could mix and match with some of the other snowflake dies. There are, besides these 4 large ones, there are 1, 2, 3, including that, there's 4 smaller snowflakes that look like they range maybe from an inch to maybe half an inch in size. So, this is more. This is more like 5/8, and this is more like 1 1/8. So that's really cool. This is kind of neat too. This little, this could be like a little tag, a little sentiment banner, but it's got the outline of the star pattern where you can fit this beautiful star die cut. And the star die cut does die cut out completely. There is a complete outside cutting edge, so you'll get a a die cut that you can layer on top of your tag there. And you might be able to put this star in there too, because this is also a 6-pointed star. It's a little bit smaller, but you could maybe play with that idea. But it does sort of come to that same point. So it might be possible to drop that into the same area here. So that's the die set, and we can take a peek at the stamp set. I don't know, maybe some of those dies coordinate with the stamp set, though they look like they are rather standalone. One of them might cut this out. This one. Oh, maybe this one. Yeah, I think this would cut out your stamped snowflake really well. Maybe this one probably would work too, but it's going to cut out some of the inner portion. So you might still get the stamped outline, but you might lose some of, or maybe not. I don't know. You might still see a lot of it. That's something to play with, I think, is to use these different dies. They may actually all work to cut out that stamped die, but there are a lot of different snowflake stamped images and lots of holiday and winter themed sentiments as well. And you even get a New Year sentiment. So really cool. I don't know that, well, that's a little bit unfortunate because, so this die is really great for your sentiments, but I feel like the sentiments that they've given us, they don't really, they don't fit, at least as they're designed anyway. They don't really fit into that space. And I feel like that's a little bit of a missed opportunity. It would have been nice to, like, you could maybe get the to and from to work, especially since, so this is a stamp I'm usually really scared to cut into my stamps, even though I know it's perfectly okay and doesn't hurt them so long as you're cutting between the the actual image. But the to and from are really easy to cut apart because there's quite a lot of space between them, so you could easily snip that. And then separate the to and from so that you could maybe just put to, or you can even do selective inking, but you could put to here, and that would be really great for little, like a little gift label onto presents. But I kind of feel like, you know, sometimes you get those really nice sub sentiments. I feel like it would have been nice to have some that would fit in there and be designed to use with that. I have plenty in my stash, so it's no big loss to me, but I just feel like if you are just getting into paper crafting, and these box kits and really most craft kits are just a fantastic way to dip your toe into crafting, because they often come with a little bit of everything, so it's nice to kind of get a little taster for different items or types of craft supplies. And so I feel like it would have been nice to have that, just so that you have a nice kind of comprehensive kit. But like I said, I've got plenty of sentiments in my stash that would work really, really well. And so let me pour this out. These look gorgeous, but I want it to really show up well, so look at that. And you get a lot in here. There's a lot. It's, if I bend this back, it's filled that much. It's a lot. And there, it's snowflakes. Look at how intricate those die cuts are. So really, or not die cuts, embellishment pieces, really great for maybe you can use them individually as accents. You can maybe build up a little bit of a background with these, but they would also be really fantastic, of course, in shaker cards as well, especially since I feel like they're really flat. So these would be really great as if you wanted a more thin, low profile shaker card. I think these would be really, really great for that. So I'm just going to tape this back up just so that I don't have a spill later. Love that. Looking forward to using that. Then in our other packet, let's see, it's sealed so well. So I'm just gonna snip a little and let's see what's in here. Oh, that's cool. So there's some silver twine thread, I guess, more like a thread. This is really nice. This, I think, is going to be nicer than what I have. I have some silver thread that I feel like doesn't drape very well. And I think this might be a little bit more like an embroidery floss. I can see there's like lots of individual threads there. So this looks really wonderful. And great for if you want to do spinner cards with your snowflakes, because those snowflakes look like they are mirrored, so you can die cut them multiple times and glue them back to back and create really fun spinner cards that way too. And the silver thread, I usually use like an invisible thread, but I think a silver thread would look really good in that application too. So really fantastic craft kit. I love the little embellishment packs that we get. So that's really awesome. And this one did come with a lot of extra cardstock, like the vellum and the glitter card. So very, very cool. So that is Papercraft Society box number 36, which has been designed by Sasha Reade. And she's got a wonderful YouTube channel here, so you can always pop on over and see her channel, her makes. She's wonderful as a crafter, designer, and it's awesome to see now her getting the opportunity through Craftstash to kind of bring out her own designs. I think this is her first Papercraft Society box, but she also has a collection that was released under Craftstash & Co. And so really, really fabulous that. Thank you for joining me today when I craft with this box. I will link to that video at the end of this one, and if I happen to forget to do that, I will definitely always be adding it to my Papercraft Society playlist, so for sure you'll find it there, if not at the end of this video as well. Thanks so much, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye!